order, please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Village Clerk, please call roll.
Burgess. Here. Gordon. Here. Myers. Here. Hoskins. Here. Washington. Here. Williams. Here.
All right, then, public comment, all questions and comments are directed to the mayor. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes to comment on topics on the agenda only. Each speaker will be allowed one opportunity to speak. If you would, please, if you come forward, let us know which item on the agenda or item you're commenting on. And I see nobody, so we'll move on to mayor's report. On the back table, you'll find what's going on. There's quite a few things going on. Now I'll go ahead and let the department heads, let the trustees and the committees and commissions go ahead and bring that up. Other thing we have is, I'd like to report that the school board has a vacancy on it. They're looking for, if you're interested, they put out a notice of vacancy on the board's education. So if you're interested, there's some things there that I don't see anything. Not here. Yeah, okay, and it's posted in the hallway. So, got a couple things on the agenda tonight to deal with the young people working. Another good thing is a word from our lobbyists down in Springfield. House Bill 3793, which the lobbyists have been working really hard with the governor and with our state representatives. We have been reauthorized for projects here in Sauk Village. So we have, there's a little bit more work we have to do, but we're gathering all the information. But for the board's information, $135,000 for renovation and repairs to the Park District, both in Arrowhead Park and Carroll Parks. $50,000 for general infrastructure. This is the $50,000 that we applied for the B boxes and jetting. We've been approved for that. $25,000 for general infrastructure projects. This is $25,000 that we applied for hydrants, fire hydrants. And another $175,000 for general infrastructure repairs within the village. These are for additional roads. This is part of the $1.9 million we requested for additional roads. We received 175 and kind of been looking at our priority list. And we'll go over it with Jim and Kevin. But with that, we can do approximately 4 of them. If you look at our priority list, it's priority number 1, priority number 2, priority number 11, and 12. So take a look at the priority list, and I'll be looking for you guys for your input. Our lobbyists, once we put everything together, which we need to do, we'll send it back out to them, and they will work with somebody from Rebecca. They'll work on getting the funds and stuff we have to provide, which projects we're going to apply money to. So I was on the phone with a couple times today going over this. So again, this is great for the village of Sauk Village. I would like to personally say thank you to the governor's office and to the governor. I'd like to say thank you to our state reps who have been down there also working with our lobbyists. So keeping our name in front of everyone. So there's a lot of people involved in making sure that this House bill went through. So I personally thank all the people down in Springfield that made this happen. And again, it's for the residents of Sauk Village. So I don't have the paperwork in front of me, but I do have it on my Facebook page. There is a minor guardianship seminar coming up. That's for grandparents. If you get a chance, go out and check it out. Make sure I had problems with my printer. I couldn't print it off, but it is on the mayor's Facebook page. So if you're a grandparent, you're anyone has a grandparent, talking about the minor guardianship. This seminar is out there, it's coming out. So again, there's a lot of things going on. I'm sure the trustees are going to talk about some of the events coming up. So especially during the month of June and the 8th of July. So keep your calendars clear, and get ready for some great events. With that said, we'll move to village clerk statements.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Village stickers are now on sale. Passenger stickers remain at $30 and trucks remain
There's one $20 senior discount per household. Your current village sticker expires on June 30th. You must purchase and display your new village sticker by midnight on June 30th, 2014. The sticker price will double, and you could receive a $100 ticket otherwise. There's a notice on the back table that explains the committee meetings and the meetings, the board meetings that are held. The first and the third is the committee meetings, the second and the fourth are the board meetings, and how the public comment is handled at each of those meetings. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me. In response to recent inquiries from the residents, South Village board meeting agendas are posted in the Municipal Center hallway and the South Village website no less than 48 hours prior to the meetings. Agendas are also posted at the County Public Library on Monday morning. Draft copies of all meeting minutes are placed in the board and department head boxes with their meeting packet. Any and all revisions should be brought to the clerk's attention prior to 6 p.m. the night of the meeting. Once minutes are approved, then any changes to the draft minutes will be completed and the final minutes will be placed on the internet. Email alerts are sent according to the request of board members, department heads, or outside entities. No alterations are made to the materials submitted. This is often not possible due to the format the submissions are received. The same case scenario applies to the soft talk. Board summaries are a courtesy and may not follow every meeting. Committee meeting agendas and meeting minutes for individual committees must be maintained by that individual committee. In such saying that if there's a FOIA request, they would come to the committee, the chair, not the clerk, to get the minutes and the agendas from those meetings. Those individual committees should maintain those minutes on file, and hopefully at the end of the year, they return into me filed, ready to be filed away. If there's any question from anyone here who has a committee, whether it's a trustee or a committee chair, it is your responsibility to maintain your agendas and your meeting minutes and to turn them into the clerk at the end of the year. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's all I have.
Thank you. Move to village attorney, Attorney Matt Murray.
Nothing to report tonight, Mayor. Thanks.
All right. Move to village engineer, Mr. Knight.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Whoa, thank you, Jim. You can do it. I tell my kids here.
Sorry, that was a little joke right there. This is for you, Debbie. So just an update for the treatment plant construction. At treatment plant 1, they formed up the foundation for the air stripper building. They continued the parking lot excavation and undercut, and they also began excavation for the backwash tank expansion. And at treatment plant 2, they poured the floor for the air stripper building and the new sidewalks, and they've installed the motor control center. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Move to reports of trustees, board committees, Parks and Recs Committee, Trustee Hoskin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, we're still taking applications for the 4th of July parade. We're also still looking for food vendors, tables, for people who want to give information and stuff out. So all that stuff is still being taken. You can either see me. They have the forms at the Village Hall. We're also still looking for more donations for the fireworks. We're starting to get up there a little bit. We're getting close. So any and all donations would be appreciated. Also, I'm going to run a bags tournament on the 5th of July at the festival. It'll be a single elimination tournament. There's a sign-up sheets in the back. It's a two-man team or two-person team. Last Saturday, we had basketball tryouts. They went very well. In fact, we had one so well. We started with 21 kids, ended up with 43. So we had to reschedule the draft for this Thursday. So we have 43 kids ready to go. So that will be starting this week. We also decided, since there were so many older kids who showed up, that we were trying to take applications for a new basketball league for ages 15 to 18. We haven't got a starting date for it. We're taking applications for it. The RSOC summer program was scheduled to start on yesterday on June 9th. We had to postpone that to June 16th. And that was because the schools weren't out yet. So that will be, the program will start on the 16th at 9 o'clock over at the community center. And that program will be running all summer for the kids. So it's for ages of 11 through 18. We also, on July 17th, I don't have the flyers back yet, but they're right here. We'll be having a cardiovascular risk assessment sponsored by St. Francis and St. Heart Health Center. They will be here on July 17th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the community center, and they will asking for people to call to enroll for this. The phone number is 219-864-2274. If you have any other questions, and I will have flyers on the back table, and I'll put them up on my Facebook as soon as I can. I've also had a young man come forward. His name is Dave Patel. He has asked for permission to start a baseball camp. I'll have more details on that this week as we have a meeting scheduled for Thursday. Plus, we're still looking for T-ball volunteers to work on the T-ball program for the 5 and 6-year-olds. So Parks and Rec is going to be very busy this summer. So if you have children, you know people who need to get their kids in these things, we're taking and we're filling up. Our RSOC program now has 60 kids in it. So we have a maximum of 100. So we're almost full there, and I've got like 10 phone calls in the back that I have to return tonight for people who want to get in. So if you know anybody and they want to come forward, please do so. That is my report.
Thank you, trustee. Education committee, trustee Morgan.
Thank you, Mayor. That's a tough act to follow. Just want to report the beautification meeting, committee meeting. We met and we basically discussed about our annual community yard sale that is this Saturday. It's the 14th from 8 a.m. to 3. I just want to let everybody know this is the actual flyer. For cost savings. On the backside, for cost savings measures, I put the application form on the backside of the flyer. So some people, hopefully, when they see the flyer, they'll flip it over, and that's the actual application form. Spots are still available. If you don't want to come out and sell anything, please tell your friends and neighbors to come out and participate in the event. I got in and I had about 5 phone calls on my voicemail. We're having vendors from Maryville, Indiana. We've got Sherrville, Tinley Park, Richmond Park, Park Forest. We have people that are coming from all different spots of our south suburbs to sell their lovely treasures. And another thing I wanted to personally thank Smith's, Ultima, and Do It Best. All of the Adopt a Spot signs are adopted out. They have gone out and actually started planting. Our volunteers have gone out also doing weeding and planting the flowers, so all the signs are looking absolutely beautiful. The beautification committee is always looking for members, but not just say members, but volunteers. If you don't want to actually be an actual member of the actual committee, if we can actually have people to come out and help us when we do weeding or planting or stuff like that, we really, really appreciate it. There's a lot of work that goes into it. It's a lot of labor, and my committee does an unbelievable job. If it wasn't for them, I mean, I have no idea. These people do a lot of hard, back-breaking work, and I thank them and the volunteers that come out. I really appreciate it. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Orange. Review committee, trustee Marsh.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. One short announcement tonight. I'll have the ordinance review committee Thursday night, 7 p.m. This building in the back. Please, do you have any questions or anything? Someone's saying, hold on. Can you hear me now? All right, just a short report that I will have an ordinance review committee tonight, not tonight, Thursday night at 7 p.m. and here in this building. If you have any concerns or anything about the ordinance, please give me a call. I received several calls this week on a few of our ordinances. I'll be glad to explain it to you and get you a copy of the ordinance. Some of the mix-up is when we changed codification of our ordinance. There's some old ones that we moved, and there's some of the newer ones that did get put in. There's a couple sections that was deleted. I'll be glad to sit down and explain the whole works to you. So please give me a call if you have any questions. I think that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Intergovernmental Relations Committee, trustee Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Intergovernmental Relations didn't have a meeting this past week due to family emergency, but at this time, I would like for the board and for the audience that's here to recognize two individuals that are part of our community that just received their Eagle Scout badge. I think it's a great accomplishment. Both of these individuals have just graduated from high school, and both of these individuals have scholarships going to college. I think it's a great, like I said before, accomplishment, and I just wanted the board to meet them. The reason for it being done now, because both individuals are going away. I guess one starting school early, and the other one is going to be going away for an internship. So I just tried to catch them early. With Mr. Lance, James, please stand, and Mr. Aaron Davis. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say that Aaron did have a project. His project was the one that was around the outside basketball court. He put some of that greenery around there. And I'm not sure what Lance, I thought Lance had a project. They both had to have projects that were their own. They had to have projects that required them to go out and get help, and they had to actually supervise the project. So this is something that they'll have for the rest of their life as far as being the Eagle Scout. And again, I'd like to say thank you, young man, and I know you're going to make us proud. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That is my report.
Trustee Bridges?
Yes,
Is it possible that your committee could write an article?
yes,
With
we
like
will.
talk about the assignment?
We're going to write an article, plus the reason why I'm saying that this just happened, I just found out they were leaving, so when they come back, I'm sure they're going to come back to see the parents. We're going to present them with a certificate, and the article will be, and I'll put that in Salt Talk. I'll have that written and get it out to you. Thank you.
Trustee Burgess, in the
Yes.
past, we've actually done proclamations for the Eagle Scouts.
Okay.
So if the parents can contact me, we'll put something together at a time that's appropriate, when both of the gentlemen will be back in town.
Okay. You guys heard that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Move to Neighborhood Watch Committee, Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say that we had a great meeting on Monday. We have new members that came to our block club meeting by Neighborhood Watch. We have new block club captains, and I'm really excited about the excitement that has gone throughout the community about the block club captains that we're trying to put in place. So at our next meeting that we have in July, we will be actually taking ID pictures for ID badges so that the people in the block can know who their block club captains are. And that concludes my report.
Public Relations and Community Outreach Partnership Committees, Trustee Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have a couple exciting things happening in the Public Relations Committee. I do want to remind everybody that the Stock Talk articles are due on the 27th of this month. This Stock Talk will be out in July. Some of the things that we want to remind everybody is we are looking for a person you should know. We started this and we like to put that in the next Stock Talk. So if there's anybody out there that you think should be recognized as a resident of Sauk Village, please contact myself or the village clerk so we can get them as part of the Stock Talk in the future. Also, on the back table, you should see a flyer that looks like this. It's got the new Sauk Village website information on there. I'm not going to read everything on here because as you see that there's lots of changes. But some of the things I wanted to highlight are some of the proposed features in the new site are a unified calendar on the front page that will show the next 15 upcoming events, meetings, and special items. Also, there'll be a way for you to have an event reminder and event notifications system for the calendar, which will send email notifications out to subscribers to our calendar that will remind them of our e-blast and what's going on, starting 3 days from the event. You're also going to have the ability to look up the location for events to see if things are going to happen at the Village Hall, the Senior Center, etc. There's also going to be ability for users to upload photos of the events that we may not be able to capture. There's also proposing an anonymous reporting to police, code, public works about issues in the town. and with a system to track how the issue is resolved and where the action needs to be taken. And also an RSS feed capability that will allow updates to be posted from the website to Facebook pages to get greater coverage. Like I said, there's many more things on here that I encourage you to take a copy, let anybody know, spread the word. It's something that we are trying to, again, re-enhance the website to make it more user-friendly, to make it more informational, and we're looking forward to these updates. So please, everybody grab a copy of this. And trustees, you'll be happy to know as well that there will be a self-control webpage for committees and trustees, where you will be able to upload things to your page on there as it's happening. So that's something else we're working on to get into, all to make sure that everybody's getting out the information as soon as possible. So again, everybody pick this up and pass it on. And the Public Relations Committee will not be meeting tomorrow. We will be meeting next Wednesday at 7 p.m. And that's all I have for Public Relations. For the Community Outreach Partnership Committee, we did have our meeting before this meeting, and we wanted to announce that we will be moving forward with new initiatives, including ways to highlight employees and residents that go above and beyond. One of the things that we are working on is trying to come up with a system similar to People You Should Know, but using a different format. And we are working on trying to get out the kinks for that. So that's definitely something to look forward to from this committee. And I did want to just announce that the Battle of the Badges will be coming up on Saturday the 21st at Newland Ball Field, and National Night Out will be August 6th. So keep those events in the back of your head. Okay, that concludes my report.
The Battle of the Badges should be good this year, because I've heard some really positive comments from both the police department and the fire department about how they were going to really root each other, so. Well, positive on their end. Police department was positive. They're encouraging. Police department was positive that the fire department's going to lose, and the fire department was positive that the police department's going to lose. So I think it's going to be a great game, and I think, Kevin, they're playing in the middle field this year, right? Second field, so it should be a little bit more difficult for them to hit home runs. I'm excited. So, and I want to see if the police department can hold it for a second year in a row, or if the fire department can hold up to their top. So, yeah.
That's true. If we would stop at 7, it would have been a different topic.
All right. You know, I think we were careful because this can really go places, but let's make sure we have that type of sportsmanship out on the field. So, yes.
From Linwood.
Yeah, we need it
On
outside.
bias.
Sheriff's Department.
So we're excited. I think it's going to be good. We encourage residents to come out, and I think it's going to be a great game. Trustees, while I'm thinking about it, especially under committees and commissions, if your committee or commission is not having a meeting that was scheduled, especially when it's been announced at village board meetings, it's your responsibility to make sure that you have a notice on the door, so residents are not sitting outside waiting to attend your meetings. So, again, just like anything else, it's your responsibility to make sure your agendas are posted. It's your responsibility to make sure you're keeping minutes. It's your responsibility that when a meeting gets canceled, to make sure it's posted. All right? Move to reports to departments, committees, and commissions. Move to fire department, 911 commission, chief. Stop right now.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Over the past 3 weeks, fire department responded to 19 calls. 4 fire alarms, 3 medical assists, 3 vehicle accidents, 1 structural fire, 1 car leaking gas and oil, 3 COs, and 1 garbage fire. Fire department would also like to thank everyone that donated to the burn camp. The donations were greatly appreciated, and thank you to all the people that helped on the outside for the first 2 days. And proud to announce that the collections for 2 days for the burn camp was $2,200.
Wow.
I hope the police department can find the ball field.
Yeah. All right. Bad thing is police department gets the last word, so police department, Chief Levis.
Now we're just gonna, anyways, give me a chance to travel. No, I'm not. Anyways, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll try to make my report as brief as possible. I have to run a little bit early tonight, so I plan on, I apologize to anybody who may have questions for me. You're more than welcome to either come and see me, call the station, or if you want to put something in writing of interest that you may need an answer to, I'm more than glad to answer that for you. I'd like to start out with our general calls for service report. In the last 2 weeks, the police department has responded to 753 calls for service. 106 of those calls were traffic related, 46 domestic, 60 juvenile problems, 119 other services, 45 burglar alarms, 60 ambulance calls, and 41 burglary calls. I'd also like to take a minute to thank everybody that came out to help for cop on the rooftop. It was about a week ago, maybe not quite a week ago. I'd like to thank everybody, mayor, trustees, the plan, all the citizens that came out to raise money for a great cause. I'd also like to say that today we kicked off Special Olympics again on the south side of Chicago. It started in Sauk Village. It has started in Sauk Village for about 30 years now, and we're very proud to be associated with Special Olympics, and we appreciate all the citizens coming out and helping for a worthy cause. We recently sent 2 of our sergeants to specialized training, which is going to help. They're now certified instructors in what we call MACTAC. It's short for Multi-Assault Counterterrorism Action Capability. It's a lot of big words, but pretty much what it's for is for active shooters and school shooters. We now have 2 sergeants that are trained as experts in that field. They're both, one is a retired SWAT officer. Our other sergeant is currently a SWAT officer. So it's going to help train our officers a great deal, and that'll give the citizens and their children a reassurance that they're safe in their schools. I'd also like to mention that we received another grant through Alias. I know several of the citizens have probably heard us talk about it over the last month. We recently just did a resolution to Illinois Emergency Alarm System, as well as hundreds of police agencies across the state that assist each other in natural disasters or civil disturbances, things of that sort. They receive equipment and money through Homeland Security. We were recently fortunate enough to receive 2 SCBAs, which are self-contained breathing apparatus, which are commonly used by the fire department, but those will be assigned to our SWAT members. We also received 2 military Patriot units, which are also breathing units, and they're used in special SWAT situations, and it enables a SWAT officer to breathe in almost any type of condition, whether it's chemical or nuclear or whatever it may be. So the Patriots themselves are $14,000 a piece. So the police department is gracious to take control of these from Alias, and we'd like to thank them for over $60,000 in equipment that was just donated to the police department. And I know I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, so I have one more thing to touch on, and that's our recent murder. I know there's a lot of concerns over that. I would like to advise the citizens and the mayor and the board that all 3 suspects have been taken into custody and charged with first-degree murder. 2 suspects attended bond hearing this morning. They were given a $2 million bond each. And the 3rd suspect has been charged tonight and will appear for bond hearing tomorrow. They were all charged with first-degree murder, attempted murder, and attempted armed robbery. And I would like to mention that this is one of the times where I would really like to thank the citizens. We have several citizens that came forward as witnesses, and realistically, that's how we should do it. We should work together. It's all our neighborhood, And when the citizens come forward and help the police, that's how they solve cases. So with that in mind, I'd like to thank everyone again. That concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Chief, and thank you to the police department. And I know you have the gang task force out there helping you, and there's a lot of other agencies, so.
And I would like to just give some kudos to our detectives that did a stupendous job along with the South Florida Major Crimes Task Force, for which we belong to for about 10 years or so. And it is a very, it is a great organization, you know, took one phone call, we had 30 investigators out here, so I'd like to thank everybody, detectives and Major Crimes Task Force.
Thank you very much. Move to Public Works Department, Mr. Weller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First off, I'd like to thank all the residents. Due to our shortness of manpower, we've got a lot of help with residents calling in concerns, complaints, and they're very patient when they call. Most of the time, the conversations, once we have talked to them and given them a general idea of what we're doing, they'll wait patiently, and if they have to call back again, we usually address pretty quickly after. But some of the items we've been dealing with is the pothole issue in Sauk Village. We've had a few complaints on Frank Wagner, all been taken care of. Pacer Drive, and then there was a large hole at the top of Cats Corner Hill, right after the new road work we did, right at the top of the hill there. But we took care of that, and everything's good. The street sweeper is out. This is the third cycle. It started yesterday. Today it wasn't out due to the rain, but it will continue out the rest of the week. We ask residents to help us along the way. Please pick up the garbage, don't kick it into the street. And thank you for all that. Our branch program took about a month this year. We are completed with it at this time. I did see some new piles out. Unfortunately, we don't have the time right now or the manpower to come back out until the end of the season. So I ask them to pull them back. Otherwise, there might be some tickets issued, or definitely your grass will be dead after time. A couple other items. Grass cutting, we do have 39 village locations. We are addressing definitely the most cited locations first, including the ball fields. Those are being definitely addressed now. Knowing that Parks and Rec is getting active to use them, we'll definitely keep more track of them. As long as they're being used, we definitely will ship manpower as needed to keep them going. A couple more items. Park equipment. We got a bunch of calls about park equipment being damaged. We asked the residents specifically because they're the ones going to the park with their kids. If you see any kids throwing swing sets around the top, swinging them around, tying them off the chains, setting them where we've noticed that they've been setting the chairs where the S-hooks are, so when somebody sits on them, the hook comes unhooked. They jump on them or they fall, they're ready to go. So if you see anybody messing with the equipment, don't hesitate to call the police department because it's going to harm one of the little kids, and we wouldn't want to see that happen. But we are working currently on them. And there'll be some new swings, new chains, and some other items in some of the parks. One of the ongoing problems we're going to have probably for the next at least 3 or 4 years here is our ash trees. We are addressing them as quickly as we can. So far today, we've got about 50 trees cut down. We have several hundred more to go. They are in stages of decline. Some of the first stages of decline are the tree will start to die back in the top. Second stage of decline will die back in the top, start growing from the bottom like a bush. And third and fourth would be the tree would be completely dead at the top and the bark would start to fall off. So the ones that are, the bark is coming off right now and they're completely dead with no green growth, those are the first to be addressed. And we do have areas of town that we have already located them and we're in the process of removing them. So if anybody has any of those conditions or was concerned about if they're on the list, don't hesitate to call or leave a message at the hall and we will notify you of what condition that tree might be in. Hydrant flushing, we flushed on the east side of town, which is east of Torrance Avenue. Everything went very well. The flushing went about 3.5 minutes where all hydrants cleared up. That's actually quicker than normal, so the iron in the system is definitely being flushed out. And when we have our upgrades to our water treatment plant with our brand new iron system, I'm sure we will have just about everything in the system, which will be great. Streetlights. Last meeting, I had talked about some poles that were knocked down. For some reason, Sauk Village has a rash of poles getting knocked down. We had about 6 light poles knocked down. We currently have 5 of them back up, and at least 4 of them which are lit. There was one at 223rd Street and Jeffrey Avenue that was replaced. We had one in Jeffrey and 218th by the library that was been replaced. We had 2 on Sauk Trail, one down by the Popeyes, and then one over at the accident scene right off of Orion and Sauk Trail. They all been replaced. And we will keep continuing on the street light problem. We do have a lot of concerns about town. We have lights that are going on and off. We definitely have some calls and some trustees that find us. All those addresses are currently on our list, and we will be addressing those pretty soon. Water-related items. We are continuing to work on the shut-off list. The shut-off list seems to go up and down. We have a lot of little, but we do also have a list of houses that we're dealing with right now that are vacancies or residents living in houses that should not be. We're working with code and the administration right now to try to address those, to either have people pay for the water or have them removed from the properties. We are also digging B-boxes so that we can shut off addresses if we have any high bill problems. And we do have one hydrant that is ready to be installed within the next week here. It's at 217th and Gay Lane. And just again, patience everybody, we are short-staffed and we are doing as much as we can with what we have. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Move to Administrative Services, Ms. Jasinski.
I got a lot. Code wrote 194 tickets for the month of May. I placed copies of the tickets in the boxes, what they were for, grass, parking on the street, such like that. Monday, June 16th is the zoning hearing for advanced auto sign. I placed the agendas in the trustees and mayor's box. The building permit for AutoZone has been complete. We're just waiting for the fire alarm specs to get turned into the fire department. That hasn't happened yet, so that's holding it up. Now, there was several items that was brought up to the board last committee meeting that I would like to go over. Complaint with high water bills. The residents need to call the village hall and we'll be happy to place them on a callback list, and the water technician will go out, get an inside and outside reading, and check to make sure the meter is working, and indicate if there's any leaks in the resident's home. They're not calling here, so they need to call the village hall and we'll address the situation. Kevin's people work hard at doing that. There's first come, first served, they'll get put on the list as they call. 29, 24 to 24th place, tall grass. That tenant was issued several tickets for tall grass, and when I went over there Wednesday afternoon, after receiving this memo, the grass was cut. So I don't know who was complaining about it, but that's been taken care of, and that tenant is moving out. Actually, they're moving out. They're in the process of moving out. 29, 24 to 25th Street, bags of grass behind that garage. Well, we can't see behind garages. We went over there. There are no bags of grass behind the garage. There's one small plastic bag that has some leaves in it. We did leave a warning there if they would please remove it. Their lawn is maintained. The house looks fine. 2100 to 23rd Street. That is on Commissioner Holcomb's grass list. The grass cutter did leave a pile of debris and grass on the sidewalk. I contacted Mr. Holcomb and he had them go out immediately and clean that up. The church. I have no information on this church that is supposedly taking over the other church that Mrs. Langston was involved with. They have not contacted the village, so I have no idea what's going on with that. And the last one was the parking lights in the parking lot in Sauk Plaza. I spoke to the owner of the plaza and told him he needs to get a maintenance man out there to check the timers for those lights. And he said that he would do that. Now, if they're not going on, I still don't know because I don't go out there at night in that plaza. So if anybody sees that they're not on, please call me and I will call him again. And I think that will complete my report.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Oh, hey, can I also make one more comment? Sorry. And for the record, apparently at the last committee meeting, a homeowner came to the village board meeting and is trying to say code enforcement is writing him tickets for a screen door. And just for the record, we are not writing anybody tickets for a screen door. The homeowner's being issued tickets for no occupancy He moved tenants in, and they have no water service established, and this has been going on for 2 years. Storm doors and screen doors are not required on a home. If they are, they need to be maintained. And actually, they can't leave doors open, during the summer months, so they need to put a screen door in. But under no circumstances have we wrote any tickets. Thank you.
All right. Sherry, you said you have no idea who took over the church over there on 223rd?
Nobody's contacted the village about that.
Okay, so how are they operating? What's our next step?
Well, the church over there, as far as I know, I don't know how this all came about. Apparently Debbie, Village Clerk Williams, must have got contacted by somebody and she put a word on the feeler. And then there's individuals that are up in arms about it. But I don't know nothing about it. They haven't contacted us. So I don't know if there's even an active water account there, or we don't do inspections in churches, so I don't know if the fire department is going to be required to do one. That's up to you guys. But I haven't heard from nobody.
Trustee Myers, they contacted me just to let you know when they were planning coming into the village. They are not here. They're not prepared to come in yet. They are in the process of coming to South Village. It was simply a notice to say the church is vacant, but there will be somebody there soon. There is no water account. There's nobody in the water.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great report. Finance Director, Mr. Rowe.
Thank you, Mayor. There are a couple report information. Last Friday, the EDBG Financial Section Audit from Division of Cook County Finance Division were here. They conducted 2011 and 2012 grant audit. 2011 was about $270,000 and 2012 was $200,000. I have provided all the information. They are good with it, and hopefully I'm going to get the information back within a couple of days. The second thing is the audit for 2013 and 14 will start on June 30th of 2014 this month. They'll be here. They're planning to complete the audit within 2 months, and the report will be available very soon after. The audit for 2012 and 13, that is 6 months fiscal, will be completed pretty soon. Within another 3-4 days, the report will be here in our office. The TIF report for 2011 and 2012 will be submitted once the village attorney signs off on the report. And it will not be later than Thursday or Friday. And the report will be provided before also after the submission. That ends my report.
Let's talk about Homeland Security. Mr. Grinnell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Over the past 3 weeks, it has responded to 21 calls. Responded to 3 vehicle accidents, 3 fire alarms, 8 school patrols, 2 gas leaks, 2 CO alarms, 1 crash fire, 1 car in a ditch, and 1 structure fire. So I think that's what.
Thank you, sir. And we have can I give a quick update on Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Mr. Johnson is now home. He got home this evening, this Saturday sometime. And he will be laid up for at least 2 weeks. So everyone knows.
Thank you very much. All right, move to Human Relations Commission, Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to thank everybody that did come to the diversity workshop that we had. And I also want to say that the Human Relations Commission, I'm a commissioner for the Human Relations Commission. There are 3 other commissioners in the room tonight, but they would just raise their hands to be recognized. Commissioner Davis is here, Commissioner Williams is here, and Commissioner Schimpf is here. Really, Steve, always in his last name wrong, in the back. And it is the commission's desire as well as mission to keep diversity and unity in the community. And we would like to invite everyone in the village to come and attend these meetings the first Monday of every month. Our next meeting will be the first Monday in July, right here at the Village Hall at 7 o'clock. If you have any ideas that you would like to bring to the Human Relations Commission, you can speak with these commissioners after the meeting on tonight. We would love to have you to come and participate in our next event that we will be planning very soon. So that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee. Housing Commission, Commissioner Holcomb.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Board. Trustee Burgess, before I begin, Eagle Scout lamps that this project started off solar posing. By cleaning four homes, the kids that live on to go back, excuse me, and he did an excellent job.
Thank you.
I'm happy to report that the grass cutting program is moving forward and that there has been significant progress, but that we have a long way to go before it's perfect. We are finding that many of the homes' backyards have not been maintained in years. It is an arduous task to even cut some of these yards to the point that chainsaws and bush mowers are the only things that can penetrate them. There's no shortage of residents wanting to sign up, yet there is a limited number of properties that qualify for the program. Neighbors are asking why some get cut and others do not. The ones being cut qualify because they are abandoned and vacant, since the owners cannot be located under the Cook County vacant building ordinance. There are in excess of 300 homes needing to be cut, yet there are only 135 that qualify for the program presently. An additional 50 parcels are being maintained by Public Works. The Housing Commission will be meeting residents on Thursday at 7 p.m. in the Village Hall to discuss issues residents in the program are having and to give the commissioners an update as to their progress. We will also be addressing issues as to the timeline and determining if some individuals need to be replaced. The majority of these cutting lawns are doing an excellent job with minor issues arising. Others are not responding to attempts to contact them, and letters were sent requesting as to their status by Thursday, 12 June. To date, only one individual has given notification that he is unable to cut lawns. Code enforcement is actively issuing tickets for properties that owners are identified and that the properties are not being maintained to village codes.
I was talking to a couple of the individuals who are mowing grass and driving around town seeing them. It's amazing how many times they go to a vacant home and no one's supposed to be in there, and they're finding out that someone is pretty much squatting.
Last week, we identified 42 families living in homes that were foreclosed 2 to 3 years ago, and they have not had any utilities on for 2 to 3 years.
On those, last Thursday, I wrote 42 tickets for no water service off that vacant list. I've been trying to keep a really good handle on that. And I wrote the tickets out and then I had Sue sign them. But in that day alone, we wrote 70 tickets in one day between Sue and myself. And we're going to keep writing tickets until they get in here, get their occupancies, and keep their deposits down. And they're going to be in for a rude awakening when they get that first water bill, and it's $2,000 to $3,000.
One of the things I do want to explain to the residents of the board, some of the cutters go through and have to weed whack the lawn first because, you know, it's way up. And they go back a day or 2 days later and then cut it with more, because when they weed whack it, it all lays down. And if they go over with a mower, the next day when it rains or something, it springs back up. So they wait a day or so before they cut it again. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, Sherry, is there any way we can get the health department involved on those houses that has no water and sanitation conditions? Got to be terrible. I mean, there's got to be something the Cook County Health Department does since we are in contract.
I've met with Cook County. Sherry and I talked to Cook County. They cannot intervene into a municipality. Cook County Health Department can only act on unincorporated areas. That's why I brought the ordinance to you that was a state pay raise that needs to be reimplemented.
Okay. you
Right
talk to
now,
our attorney on
there's
it, sir?
87 people identified.
How many?
87.
Yeah, there was 87 on the initial list. About 20 of them have come in and did their water applications, which at the end of the month,
Okay.
some of them will be getting the bill. From the reading that was last, the water was last on, they're taking that reading, and then the water department's going over there and getting another reading, and they're gonna be billed for garbage service, for water service, for some instances, 4 years. Some of these were turned off by Public Works, and these residents have turned them back on.
Okay, that brings up a point. Kevin, can't we get them for theft of services? I know it's in the codes.
Fine line, you can't prove that they turned it on.
That point there.
So if we catch them during that,
And we haven't done that. As far as that, there was 42 that I made tickets for Thursday, and then there's like maybe 10 or so that I don't have no other information on. So Sue went around today and got all the license plates off the vehicles that are in the residents' homes. I'm gonna have to ask the police department if they're so kind to run about 20 license plates, so we can find out who's actually in these homes. They're living there with no water service. I know I'm a resident and I pay water bill. They need to start paying.
Just be careful out there. Take an officer with you and you got to pay him a visit.
give me an example of what we're running into. I was over with Jerry Bell and Ricardo, checking on the lawn they were both cutting. And across the street, the grass was that deep. And a gentleman come out, all the lines were pulled and everything. I called Sherry right away, they came over, there's no record of anything. And the guy looks that way, goes out to the garage, picks the garage door up, pulled out a 2013 Lexus.
Wow.
There's another new Lexus sitting in the garage, shut it, drove away. Half hour later, the school bus dropped 2 kids off and they went in the house. So I approached them, and they lived there. They were the original owners, and they were foreclosed on 3 years ago. And I asked them what they do. Well, that's we go to Sturks and buy bottled water.
So I also got Cindy running the vacant list for me every month. And I'm hand going through them, and the ones that come in, we're leaving. And I've been giving the mayor and Kevin Weller and Sue the copies with the highlighted ones that are digs, jets, can't finds, that people are actually living in. And that's what we're going out, and we're going to keep issuing tickets until we can get them.
Mr. Mayor, is there any chance we can ask our law firm to get involved with this too and see what we can do?
We've had several moments, the important thing is getting that first $50,000 that we applied for jets and for the digs, so we can start addressing the ones that have the highest, that overgo the highest amounts, get those waters turned off, getting those fixed. So,
Well, I would think the most highest concern is the sanitation condition that these families have created for the village itself. Without water, there is a lot of problems you create. And that's, if there's nothing we can do criminally, then let's see what we can do. Maybe come up with something other, to the law firm to jump in there.
Definitely, the other thing is to make sure that we have the ordinances in place, if there's something that needs to be amended, or if we need to put the ordinance on place, let's make sure that's on the agenda. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Move to senior committee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the senior committee provides still our free monthly blood pressure screening. However, the one on June 2nd was canceled. The next date would be Monday, July 7th from 1 to 2. Our honor system paperback book exchange was very successful with many donors and participants. Yesterday, the blood pressure screening and movie breakfast at Tiffany co-sponsored with the county libraries at the library. This Friday, June 13th, and every second and fourth Friday is our open senior social activity day. The village committee sponsors 3 organizations who are looking for members, seniors 50 and older. On the second and fourth Sunday at 3 p.m. is the Fun Club. First and third Monday at 7 p.m. is Sunshiners. On the second and fourth Wednesday at 5 p.m. is Lady Diners. Other events are the BMW Crossroads on the third Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's a motorcycle group. The 8 to 11 Wednesday ceramics group will begin their summer hours with no ceramics on the 11th and the 25th of June. And on June 18th, they will be meeting from 3 to 5 p.m. And on Sunday, 6 to 10, Sauk Village Bluegrass provide bluegrass country western music, gospel music for your dancing, listening pleasure. They will not meet on Sunday, June 22nd for vacation. The Boone Township Annual Senior Picnic is Thursday, August 7th. There are flyers out, and I'll probably have tickets available around July 1st. Some of the township programs includes their basic line dancing, which would be their 4-week session through July. They have chair exercises, I believe it's on Wednesdays and Fridays. And they have free legal assistance, blood pressure screening, ARC Smart driving courses, and they assist with assistance on health insurance. They do have low-cost transportation within the township. And for any other services, you can call 708-754-9100, extension 244 for additional information and services. The Senior Opportunities Program, they do handle a lot of benefits and programs. You do need to call Denise at 312-254-6096. She's the SEDA Senior Advocate, and she will to make an appointment to talk to her. The next committee meeting will be this Thursday, June 12th, 5 p.m. Thank you. This ends my report.
Item number 6, consent agenda. The trustees have anything like that removed?
I just have a question, Mr. Mayor. I know last time we talked about the youth program from Bloom. Madam Clerk, did you ever find out how many, because you said it at the time last week, you didn't know how many people would be part of that. Do you have a number, or is it just still up in the air?
Well, I think last time I reported that Boone Township is taking 5, giving us 5.
Oh, 5.
Of which the Public Works Department and Gary Holman, Commissioner Holman, are going to work with outside. And Mr. Weekly from the trail came in yesterday and said he can give us 3. Now, there's a third program that I still haven't heard anything from. I'm waiting to hear from the mayor and the state reps. Hopefully, they're telling me it could come through any day. I've got at least 20 kids waiting to go to work. So, unfortunately, both of those programs were handled by those entities. All I did was pass out the paperwork. But if more jobs come through, I'll make sure these kids get called.
Anything else? Hearing nothing, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as is.
So, second.
Motion and second, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 7, new business. Ask for a motion to approve accounts payable and disbursements for May 28, 2014 through June 10, 2014. Is there a motion to approve?
Oh.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions or comments? Trustee Martin.
Yeah, I have a question pertaining, it's on the second page under the motor fuel tax fund. It says here, State Treasurer, Illinois Traffic, Light Maintenance, it's like $406.59. What is that for?
Go ahead, Kevin.
It's got one thing, so much percentage of 1/3 of percentage of the some of them are located on software or on Transportation Drive. It's conditioned, that we pay for
That's a yearly cost.
That's a portion of the cost.
That's a portion, so they break it up every quarter?
No, it's not.
Okay. All right, so that's basically for all the lights along Sauk Trail, and these are they actually own those lights, right?
Okay. Trustee Myers, your comments?
Mine was to the police department. I see the chief has left, I'll give him a call tomorrow.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, for the clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries. Motion to approve the South Suburban Housing Services NHS sponsorship in the amount of $500. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion is there a second?
Second.
Motion second, any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries. Move item number 8, miscellaneous comments from the Mayor and Board of Trustees. Start with Trustee Williams. Trustee Myers?
Nothing, sir.
Trustee Morgan?
Just once again, to make sure everybody remembers, this coming up Saturday, the annual community yard sale. Either come out to be a vendor or come out and shop. And also, Kevin, I want to thank you for having your department going ahead and mowing that area. I really appreciate that. And we spoke earlier this morning about the garbage cans. We can put some garbage cans out there. And I also put the request for the marquee "It's in Your Box."
Trustee Poskett?
Just a couple things. First, I would like to mention the movie night is Friday, and the movie is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. There will be a concession stand there. The funds from the concession stand will go to the summer program to help pay for buses for field trips. So come on out, watch the movie, and have a good time. Also, I forgot to mention that the basketball programs that we talked about, the flyers and the information sheets are on that page. That's all I have. Thank you.
Do you have time?
For
Movie night?
7 o'clock, sorry.
7 o'clock, where?
Community center.
Thank you very much. It's on the list. Trustee Washington?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say I'm happy that we had our first meeting this week in our attempt to secure funds for a village manager. We had invited approximately 8 people to come and help us with this endeavor, and all of them showed up except 3. And I'm glad that the mayor came and we were able to have some good positive dialogue with coming up with some funds to be able to help us find a village manager for the village of Sauk Village. We'll be having more meetings in the future, and if any of the residents know anyone that's good with grant writing or how to tap into resources to help us with that endeavor to secure a village manager, would you please see me after the meeting or the mayor? Thank you. And that was my report, other than that we adjourned to get the photo out for the video. Thank you.
Trustee Bird?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My comment is not as congenial as the trustees. I still rest with my demeanor. What happened early part of last week. I've been out here 31 years. A lot of people that in this audience have been out here a long time, and we have seen this village go from one entity to another. And we try to put the blame on the administration, we try to put the blame on the police department, we try to put the blame on someone other than looking in the mirror. Because this village is part of all of us. We're all part of this village. If we don't get involved, if we don't step up to the plate, and close the windows and close the doors and be oblivious to what's happening, then it will continue to happen. What happened was nothing that we could control. The police department cannot stop a murder. The police department cannot stop anyone from shooting. They come after the fact. We have to get involved and let people know that there's people congregating in certain areas. Call the police. Get involved. Even if you don't, if you can call anonymous. But if we sit by and don't do anything, we'll be sitting here each and every week shaking our heads and saying, it's a shame that this happened in the village. Like I said before, this is our village. Tomorrow I'll be up here tomorrow and answer any questions or whatever. I'm gonna take some time to be out here tomorrow. If anybody would like to come up here to the village. And I've already talked to some people in and just voice your opinion. Nothing political, nothing, person trying to, I don't, egos and things like that, we don't need that. We need good, straight talk between neighbors, between people that live out here. Regardless if you're a homeowner, if you live out here, you're part of this. We all are. But we have to start somewhere. And being oblivious and don't say anything about it, you think it's going to go away? No, it's not. No, it's not. But we have to start someplace. And like I said, I'm willing to do something, at least have some dialogue and go back and forth. And we'll go from there. Once we can come together as one, then we can go and talk to other people that the administration or the law enforcement. But right now, we need to come together as one. And we need to start soon. That's all I have to say.
Hey, Trustee, again, I think just echo, it's important to make sure you know your surroundings, what's going on in your community, to make sure that if there's anything that's you're not used to seeing, there's nothing wrong if you have a suspicious vehicle in your community, calling the police. There's nothing wrong if you see a vehicle that's not part of your block, not part of the area, something you don't notice, that you see it driving past your house, multiple times. Call the police. It helps, and I can tell you, I've seen it happen in the past where a car would be driving past or be on the side of the road, and neighbors call the police, and the police get there and they find out that the person that's in there is wanted, and there's an arrest made. You need to make sure you keep an eye on it. I agree 100%. The other thing too is everything that came out last week during the committee meeting, I just want to make sure the residents can see some of them are still here tonight. Your questions and your comments were sent to the department heads. They have those. I know that Kevin reported on some of them, shared on some of them. So they have whichever department head, in fact, it went out as a blanket email, so all the department heads know exactly the issues, concerns, and complaints that you had last week. So they started addressing some of those issues and making sure that, like Sherry said, 42 tickets were issued last week, talking about some of the yards. You can see by the follow-up going off in a couple of the yards with the garbage in the backyard, behind the garage, and the high grass in the backyard. They did go out and check some of these areas out. The chief himself went out based off some of the information we have, especially with Ross Crescent and Orion and some of the other ones. He went out personally and started to review those areas. So, Kevin, streetlights, talked about potholes. So, what you brought to us last week was addressed by the department heads, and most of it was addressed by the department heads themselves. So, I just want you to know that the information you provide in these meetings, we want to hear it. Sometimes, especially when it comes to criminal activity, it may not move as fast as you think it should, or as fast as I think it should. But be aware, the police department is doing an investigation. We have a great police department. We have a great team over there that they make sure that when they make arrests, and that when they stand before the judge, they have all the information that's needed. So sometimes getting that information takes a little bit more time than we want to. So your information did get out. And again, sometimes remember, there's always two sides to the story. Especially when Sherry brought up tonight about a resident complaining about getting a ticket for a street work. There was never a ticket issued for a street work. And as she said, we don't issue tickets for street works. Sometimes we take the information, or all the times we take the information and we go back with the research. So, again, we still want to hear your comments. We still want to hear the issues that you're facing. We've got some great things coming up this next year. We're working on sitting down from the mayor's office with all of our pastors in our community and with businessmen, and find out what their concerns are, what are the pastors, what is the clergy in our community hearing from their congregation. Things that we need to start addressing. We want to hear from the businessmen and women in our community. How can we bring more businesses to our community? So we've got some events going on there. We're looking at having, like we did last year, where some grill and show with the mayor. We're looking at hitting some of the parks this year, so we can get out there and talk to the residents in those areas. And we're probably going to hit the hardest areas. So we're looking right now at areas like Carroll, over in that area, over by Peterson some of the areas that we know we're having problems, getting out there, talking to residents, getting the residents out of their houses. And like I said last week, I'm over there probably at least once a day driving through that area. And I will continue to go through that area because they see that there's someone going through, they see the police, so that's important. So we talked already a lot. There's a lot of things going on this year. Last year, our emphasis was on family-oriented events for our community, bringing our village back together. We will continue pushing those family-oriented events. As you can see with some of the events we're having this next year, especially when it comes to the Independence celebration, when it comes to the movie in the parks, when it comes to game nights, these are to get the families out, get them involved. We're still going to continue having events for our youth during the summer. Think about when was the last time you saw summer events going on in South Village? It's been a long time. And under the direction of Trustee Oskin, he's doing a fantastic job getting out there with the basketball programs, getting the camp, summer youth camp going on, getting the baseball. You know, we haven't forgotten about baseball and getting the kids out. And it's just like basketball. When we restarted the basketball again, it was very difficult getting kids out. But before that first game was played, they had teams. And starting a summer basketball program, you know, they're not used to that. It took a long time getting that started. We went from 20-some kids up to almost 50. So we're doing, and the trustees up there are doing a great job, especially when it comes to Trustee Morton and Trustee Myers, making sure that we have an Independence Day, a day full of fun and events for our family, with a parade, with events going on behind here. You think there's a lot of work going on for trying to get money for fireworks. But you know, they're out there taking their own time. They're not getting paid for that. They're out there reaching out to businesses. They're out there reaching out to the residents to see if residents want to donate. So if you want to get involved, you want to help volunteer. I'm sure that they would love to have some additional help. But again, our community this last year has moved forward because of people like you sitting in the audience. And as a mayor, I appreciate it, and I want to say thank you very much for all that you do, because it's our community, and that's what's important to remember. And we push really hard, we'll continue to push hard, and again, thank you very much. With that said, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.